Hey, what's going on, man? I got a quick question for you. Have you ever taken a cold shower? So, if you go to take a cold shower, for whatever reason, whether it's just because you're trying to face your fears, or you're trying to elevate testosterone, or you're just trying to get that awesome, woken up, alive feeling from a cold shower, what you do is you turn the water on, you leave it on freezing cold, and you stand outside of it, and you essentially watch the cold water coming down, and there's no steam. Usually when you start the shower up, there's steam, there's heat involved. There's no steam. You see that it's freezing cold. You stick your finger in it. You stand outside of it. You look at it and you think, I'm about to suffer. Like I know the pain that I'm about to feel when I take this cold shower. And then you see it. You know it's about to happen. And you jump in anyways. You jump into the freezing cold water. And if you're a pussy and you haven't really done it that much, then you jump around and you fucking try to put little parts of your body in it, and then maybe you go all the way in, but then you come back out and you freak out, and yet you're in it. And you get used to it. And then after, really about 2 minutes or so, it kind of just doesn't even feel like a cold shower anymore. It just feels like the norm. It's only cold at the beginning in comparison to what you're used to, which is your natural body temperature, right? So you stand outside of it, you freak the fuck out, you jump in, and you go through all the pain. And now this video, you might be wondering, why is he talking about cold shower? Well, this video is all about how to deal with rejection when you go out and you're picking up women. Now, much like the cold shower, where you know that you're about to experience this pain, and yet you know it's going to benefit you, and so you do it anyway, the same thing goes for pickup, okay? Now listen to me. You have to, as you're leaving the house, just like standing outside of the cold shower, say to yourself, I know I'm about to go through some pain. I know I'm about to go through some pain. Because so much of this pain of rejection that we're having comes from this addiction to having positive interactions, this deep, deep, insane desire. And I'm going to cover this a little bit more in depth as this video progresses. But this intense desire for the interaction to go well. You want it to be smooth. You want it to be awesome. You want to get the girl's number. You want to go on a night game. You want to poll. You want all these amazing things to happen. And so the idea of these harsh rejections, it pains you. When in all actuality, you have to go out knowing that this is going to happen. And if you're approaching enough, now listen, okay? When you get to like elite levels of game, there's times where I go out and I literally end up polling the first girl that I talk to. It's fucking crazy. Or I go out for a day game session. I only end up talking to 3 chicks, hook all of them, get all their numbers, and then, I didn't experience rejection. But I released that rejections compilation yesterday because I just want to show you guys how unfazed I am when girls aren't into me. So you need to tell yourself, hey, I'm about to go out and do pickup. It's going to be really, really good for me. I am absolutely going to get better at pickup by going out and doing this today. I'm going to get one step closer to getting the girl of my dreams, the dating life that I want, to sleeping with the women that I want, but it's also going to hurt a little bit. Surrender to the fact that there's going to be pain. Learn to love that pain, because that pain means that you're growing. Now, if you're brand new to the channel, then you haven't heard me say this yet. And a lot of you guys are brand new to the channel, and I appreciate you being here. If you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, make sure you do that. And also, if you're already subscribed and watching my vids, make sure that you hit the bell notification down below so that way you get notified. I've been uploading a video basically I've uploaded a video every single day for a little while now. And so I want you to make sure that when I am uploading videos daily, that you're able to get that notification and be one of the first people to check it out and comment below and whatever else you want to do, enjoy the content. But if you're brand new to the channel, then you haven't heard me say this. And if you've been following for a while, then you've heard me say it about 1,000 times. And it's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And it is this: every success and every failure are equal bricks in my mansion. And I will say that quote until the day that I die. I don't know who originally said it. When you look it up online, it gets quoted to like a bunch of different people. Like even one time it said it was like Michael Jordan. I don't know who said it. I don't really care. It's an Aaron Alexander original. Let's just go with that, all right? The idea being that with pickup, with self-development, with all of this, with business, everything really, but let's keep it to pickup here. You're trying to build a mansion. You're trying to build a castle, okay? You're trying to build a palace, okay? And the palace, the mansion, the castle, this is your dating life. This is the women that you've always wanted. You see these girls that you pine after. You see these girls that you really want to date. You want an awesome girlfriend, or you just see a great relationship and you think you want that. You see guys that crush it with chicks, pulling left and right, sleeping with girls, and you don't have that and you want it. So this is a castle that you're building, and you have to realize you are the bricklayer, all right? Everything that you're doing, you're laying a brick out. You're building up wall by wall. So what you have to do is you have to have the successes in there, of course. You have to have the girls that you're sleeping with, the girls that you're hooking up with, the girls that you go on dates with, whatever. But equally as important as the bricks that make up the successes are the bricks that make up the failures, because that's how you learn. Another quote that I love is, there's no such thing as win-lose, there's only win-learn. The idea here being that even when you get quote-unquote rejected, or the girl's a boyfriend, or she's not into you, or she's uncomfortable in the interaction or whatever, you learn a lesson. And not only do you learn a lesson, but also you just slowly but surely start to alleviate that anxiety. I don't know if you guys have ever had a day where you weren't social at all. Maybe you laid around the house all day, you had to work all day, and maybe you're in some sort of IT field. You have to sit there and just fucking type away all day, and you don't really talk to people. If you go out into like a party situation or around a large amount of people, a lot of times you'll end up kind of fucking anxious. This will happen to me sometimes, especially around like my product launches, when I'm like sitting at my computer all day long, and then I still go out that night, and I get out there after looking at the screen all day, and I'm like, fuck, look at all of these people. So you have to keep in mind again that every single time that you get rejected, it is either teaching you a lesson, or it's contributing to that thicker skin that allows you to continue forward in the game and to eventually meet these girls that are into you, to continue to sharpen your game, get to the place where you are able to get numbers from girls that end up on dates with you, pull, whatever it is. Again, every success and every failure are equal bricks in your mansion. Now, on a really core spiritual level, as to why these rejections might pain you so much, and really the main factor that is going to contribute to your overall success in pickup and not having to be destroyed by these rejections, is you have to be okay with being alone. So a big part of why rejections might hurt you so much, or a girl that was going to go on a date with you and then flakes last minute or whatever, a big part of why these experiences can be so painful for you is because deep down you're not okay with being alone with yourself, okay? And you're anonymous to me anyways right now, and to everybody else. You're sitting there watching this video. Maybe you can think to yourself, like, there's times where you're alone. Maybe it's a lot of the time where you're alone. You're kind of just like freaking out. You're just like, fuck, I'm fucking bored. This sucks. I hate being alone. God damn it. What the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why can't I go out and get women? And that can be really, really painful, right? And it really has to come down to you starting to be okay with being alone. And when you're okay with being alone, when you enjoy your own company, when you enjoy yourself and who you are, then you don't have such a, sure, you're still going to get horny from time to, you're going to get horny all the time maybe. You want to fuck, you want to hook up with these chicks, you still want a girlfriend, whatever. But overall, it's more of a want and not necessarily a desperate need. So many guys are in pickup and they're being very, very desperately needy with women. And even if they don't think that they're projecting it, there are things that come out in the sub-communications, even if it's through texting or if it's on a date or if it's in the initial interaction, that the girl can just tell, this isn't a guy that's regularly hooking up with chicks. She can sense that neediness, and it's going to ultimately be a turnoff. So now, to conclude this video, how do you become okay with being alone, being by yourself? I think it comes down to one key element here. Well, let's say one key element, but I'm going to throw in some little sub-details for it. It comes down to being proud of yourself. So, viewing yourself in a high esteem. So when you look at the term self-esteem, right? I remember the first time that I kind of broke down that word and I realized, like, oh, you can hold people up to a high esteem, or you can have high esteem about something. Something is very esteemed, right? The idea being that your self-esteem is the way that you view yourself, essentially. So you can have low self-esteem, you can have high self-esteem. So you have to have high self-esteem. The way that you view yourself has to be high. You have to walk around and maybe not all the time be narcissistically telling yourself, I'm a winner. But overall, you have to feel like a winner, and you have to feel comfortable with who you are as a man. And the way that you get comfortable with who you are as a man and the way that you view yourself as a winner and that you become proud of who you are is by doing things that you're proud of. So me, for example, I used to have very, very low self-esteem because I was incredibly overweight. Now I've lost a lot of weight. I've put on a lot of muscle definition. I'm very, very proud of myself. It makes it easier for me to be by myself because I enjoy my own company, essentially. You have to do things that you're proud of. You're piss ass broke. You're so broke. You're always just fucking living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. You have to start taking really proactive steps towards not becoming rich or anything like that, but getting to a place where you can afford some of the luxuries of life, pay your bills, know that you're going to have a roof over your head by the end of the month, and that is something that you can be proud of. You desperately want women in your life. You have to be able to go out and actually do some cold approach pickup and be proud of the fact that you went out and you did cold approach pickup. So you have to absolutely work on doing things that you're proud of in order to be proud of yourself, and then all of that will eventually, pretty much inevitably result in you being more comfortable with being alone and enjoying your own company even more. So I just wanted to go ahead and I'm going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to make this video because I put out a video yesterday. It was an infield compilation with me, just rejection infield compilation basically. And for me, honestly, I could go on and on about this topic, that infield compilation. I put that out yesterday because I just thought it was fucking hilarious. I just think it's really, really funny getting rejected by women when you really step outside of the matrix and you kind of like view what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm like trying to go out and meet a total stranger and stick my P inside of her V. It's fucking weird and crazy. And so that's kind of my sort of inner thought process around rejections. And this is why, if you were to see me out doing pickup and I didn't know I was being filmed, it wasn't infield or anything like that, what you would see is basically like, you'd see me having some fucking killer sets, hooking, having a great time, and then you'd see me getting rejected by girls and just kind of laughing it off because I genuinely just find this shit very, very funny. But I wanted to give you guys some very practical tips on how to deal with rejection when you are out doing pickup and just rejection from women in general. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you are brand new here, hit that subscribe button, and if you've been here for a while, make sure you hit the bell notification so that way you can get notified for each of the brand new videos that I'm posting each and every single day for, I don't know how long, but definitely for a while. Peace.